Friday night football, and that brings us to Kevin Bartlett Reserve for round 16 VPL action. South Melbourne taking on Richmond. And John, after a great win over Dandy last week, South will be looking for 3 points here tonight.
Most definitely, David. This is a great opportunity for South to get another 3 points and push itself further up the table, and could be in the top 5 if they win tonight here, David. It's certainly a very good opportunity for the club.
Well, it's a cold old night, and we're ready for kickoff. And that ball will eventually, I think, be cleared. Yes, it's going to be... Hopper looks to chase it away, but the cross comes in. Ooh, a cross that nearly became a shot and tipped over there by Maynard, who's retained his place in the starting lineup.
Yes, good to see Chris Maynard retaining his spot in the lineup despite Pete Gavalis being available from suspension. And in the end, he does very well there to get back and tip that out for a corner. That was a dangerous cross there.
Well, there's a ball forced forward there and wrestling for control. The ball might spill here. Rickson looks to chase it. Cleared. Shot from Holmes. Oh, Tyson Holmes. That was a well-hit shot and a good save as well down low.
Yeah, an excellent save here by Aaron Romain, the goalkeeper for Richmond, as we see the ball come out to Tyson Holmes. He hits a low shot that the keeper does well to get down and put away for a corner, as we see from behind the goals. Does very well to get low. It's a good height for him, and he makes a good save in the end.
Hopper wins that nicely. He's looked very dangerous, Luke Hopper. A good addition. Epifano plays a ball in. Ball sits up. Another chance for Tyson Holmes, this time over the bar. Couldn't quite get that one on target. A couple of chances for South early. They've looked decent here.
More difficult chance here for Tyson Holmes in a similar position to the last one that he had, and in the end he blasts it wide of Romain's goal.
Up the line there by Marler, who's settled well at right back. Now Sulsma. Nice turn, gets onto his left. Sulsma plays that one in. Kearney heads it down. Epifano. Ooh, Epifano went for the shot in the end. Might have cut it back, but maybe hoping to add to his goal-scoring tally here.
Bit ambitious there by Epifano at the back post, but he has scored in a similar position, David, against Bentley a few weeks ago, and he goes for a shot at the near post, and in the end it goes over the bar. Remain not troubled.
Marler again. Looked good tonight, Tim Marler. So is this man Sulsma, showing some skill that got him noticed in America. Brian Brand, the big man, sends that one forward. Hopper, excellent control. Luke Hopper, and that's a goal. South Melbourne 1-0. Luke Hopper did it beautifully. It was a good long ball forward there by Brian Brand. Luke Hopper, John Coro, wonderful control scene there. Cool and calm, took it round Romain. South Melbourne deserved the lead.
And Luke Hopper's first goal for the club, David, as we see right on the halfway line. Brand's long ball. Hopper escapes his man, expertly touches it with his first touch. With his second touch, he gets around Romain. Can do nothing about that, and with his third touch he puts it into the back of the net for the opening goal of the night. As we see from behind the goals here, his first touch is brilliant, his second touch gets him around the goalkeeper, and the third touch is in the back of the net. It's a fantastic finish and a great way to open his scoring for the club.
South Melbourne 1-0 now, and they've got some confidence building. Excellent chance for them to push ahead here. Richmond trying to walk it out of defence here, and they've got a bit of a run on. The ball played forward, that one surely offside. No, flag stays down. Maynard makes a good save. Well, my initial reaction there, John, was that had to be offside. Let's take a look.
I think it's Groenwald here, David, and he looks an absolute mile offside, but the linesman's flag stays down, and in the end Maynard's very alert, and he comes out and makes a block. That would have been horrendous for South to concede there.
It'll be Sulsma with the corner. Puts that one high, looking for Brand, doesn't reach it. The ball bobbles around, it nearly went in, but Aaron Romain got down to that one nicely. Richmond looked to try and find an opening from the set piece. They've done it nicely here. The ball played across, and well done, Chris Maynard there, coolly and calmly palming that one down to himself. Maynard pumps that one long. Good run here by Sulsma. He might get it, and he does. He needs to wait for some numbers to get inside. Sulsma looks to go into his left, cuts back, the shot with the right foot. It dipped late, but he just couldn't get that one on target. South Melbourne looking good here.
Would have been a great goal had Sulsma kept his shot low as Trent Rixon's flick on, finds Sulsma, he cuts in and then goes for a shot, and in the end it doesn't dip low enough and it goes harmlessly over the bar.
Well, the first real chance of the second half here. They'd love to extend their lead. Sulsma plays that one in for Rixon. Oh, off the post, and Brand's shot is charged down. Jeez, Johnny, I thought that had to be 2-0.
Well, Sean Kelly was lurking as well, David, as we see Sulsma's cross finds Rixon unmarked. He heads it against the crossbar, and the resultant shot by Brand hits Rixon, which is unfortunate there. That's a great chance for South to double their lead, as we see here. Rixon unmarked with a header. Romain no chance. It hits the crossbar, and in the end, Richmond clear the danger, David.
Well, Sourcemere here, South Melbourne, just feeling a little bit nervous holding on to this lead. The chance from Brian Brand goes across the face and wide. They can't quite extend their lead. They've come close a few times.
Brian Brand sneaking up for the set piece again, David. He scored last week against Dandenong, his former club, and he almost did again tonight as he comes up to meet the corner, but he flashes his header wide, as we see from the other angle. Gets a connection, but it goes just wide of the far post there and out for a goal kick.
Well, there's a sub here. It looks like Trent Rickson won't be able to play this one out. He looks quite sore. On comes Icky Jawadi, returning from suspension. Jawadi, that's a nice touch to get himself into the game. Epifano wants to keep his forwards onside. Luke Hopper goes the shot in the end. Keeps it down but can't get it on target that time. And Richmond will see if they can find some hide up forward. Kelly wins the header but can't get it clear. Kearney, good shot, good save, and it's going to be a goal. The shot came from Teseski initially, and it's Tommy Cale who's headed in. It was a good save by Maynard. That all happened so quickly, John. Well, Richmond have been improving, but that goal really came out of nothing initially.
Yeah, it was a bit of a lucky goal for Richmond as Kelly's header, he wins the header, but it goes straight into the back of a Richmond player, and Clement Teseski, a former South player, he hits a shot that's well saved by Maynard, but he can't do anything to stop Cahill from heading into the back of the net, and Richmond are level here at KB Reserve.
Well, Richmond all of a sudden, they've got their backs up. Long ball played in, they can sniff a win. Oh, Maynard holds that one nicely. Richmond are definitely on the charge here. They've really improved in the last few minutes.
Richmond getting a bit of confidence here now, David, as we see here Maynard on hand to make another save.
Here comes Bradley Norton, the captain. He'll hate to be in this situation. He'll want to get something going. Now that's a nice ball. Tyson Holmes, he's got a man in the middle. It's Luke Hopper with the chance, and it's saved. Well, it was a good save, but in truth, Luke Hopper looks disappointed. I think he feels he might have put this one on target, John.
Well, David, he scored the hard one in the first half, and he's missed the easy one here. That's a great ball by Tyson Holmes. Finds Hopper. He had lots of time to steady and fire across Romain, and in the end, he goes first time. As we see here, fires first time at the keeper, who does well to get his legs in the way to block that. But either side, that would have been a goal, David.
Well, Reece Meredith has made his way onto the park as well. South Melbourne really trying to get things going here, get that win they need. Sourcemere got that from Marler, but it's going to be a Richmond ball here and a chance for them to take the lead. The ball comes in. Good shot, good save. Maynard alert to that one. The shot came in quickly. He was flat-footed, and he did really nicely in the end, but the danger's not past. Ball played across. Brand gets that one out eventually, and they might build on the counter, John.
Another excellent save here by Maynard, as we see a Thierry Henry-like shot here from the edge of the box. A la against Man U, and Maynard on song again. He makes a great save. It's heading into injury time, David, and that was a very important save.
Well, it might be last roll of the dice for South as we move into 90 minutes. Norton's cross charged down, but he'll get another go at it. Norton brings it forward. He's taken down very hard there. It'll be a free kick, will it? No, says the referee. He's pointed for a goal kick. Well, geez, that looked to me like Norton was clearly taken out. He's on the ground looking very sore. And that ball played up the line. Anything? No, there's not another chance here for South Melbourne. The whistle goes, the game is over. Disappointment in the end for South, but Richmond were good in the second half. They came back nicely. Brad Norton still disappointed with the decision not paid at the end there, and I don't blame him personally. In the end, though, South only really had themselves to blame for not taking 3 points.
That's right, David. A game where it was 2 points dropped and 1 point gained. As we see the stats coming up here, which really tells a story. South, not many shots on target, but 48 balls into the area. Richmond more clinical with their finishing. South very wasteful. And in the end, it's a very disappointing result here at KB Reserve.
I've got the goal scorer from tonight, Luke Hopper, here with me. Second game from the club. And I've got to say, you've made a pretty bright start. A couple of assists last week and a goal tonight. How's it feeling?
Obviously, it was good to get the win last week. Got off to a good start tonight. But obviously, getting the draw, the boys are disappointed. It almost feels like a loss, really. Going into the game thinking we're going to, push for another 3 points, but unfortunately we're going to get the point tonight.
Really, we probably should have been able to score more and put them away early in the second half, would you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we come out in the second half, we had a couple of chances. Maybe we hit the bar, Trent hit the bar. A couple of others, Brian had a chance, Tyson, I had a chance as well. So we should have put the game to bed, really, but unfortunately we couldn't convert the chances and it come back to bite us. We just go into training Monday, do all the things we've done last week, train hard, go into next week's game, confident we can win, and just take each game as it comes.
1-0 up again. Seems like we just, apart from last week, can't really hold that 1 goal ups that we're getting. So that's disappointing. Positives, I mean, we went 1-0 up and we were playing well, like you said, against the win, especially in first half, created a few chances. Then in the second half, I mean, we hit the post, keeper made up a good save, Brian kicked it into another guy's back of his head. We had the chances, we just couldn't capitalise, and one mistake and back in it. So it's disappointing to come away, concede another goal today, but we'll keep working on it. I mean, like you said, we've got our back four now. We've got the 2 defensive midfielders in front, so we've got that shape. We just need to try and hold and play out games, and it'll come. But hopefully, we're not leaving it too late, and it'll come sooner rather than later.
With our cup campaign still intact going in the last few weeks of the season, is the energy still very much focused towards getting towards the finals in the league?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've not given this up. Before today, we were only 3 points out, and all teams above us are playing each other. So we still feel like we can do this, and I'm sure if we get in there, we'll give it a shake. I've got no problems about that. So we're going to keep working. We're not giving up. South never give up, and us boys will never give up. So we're going to keep working towards it, and hopefully we get the wins and we can really give it a shake.
I thought we did more than enough to seal the win. Probably just needed that second goal, but then a mistake at the back, and that's something that we need to try and cut out. We're conceding goals every week, and that was very, very sloppy defending. But as for saying that, the chances that we had, but you can't dwell on that. You just got to move forward, and I thought we were fairly committed. We showed a little bit of character. We fought right the way through. We created chances all game, but for me, that's 2 points dropped.
Look, you'd have to say the defence actually played pretty well for most of the night. We limited Richmond to only 3 probably real shots on goal. I mean, it must be frustrating, a little bit worrying to have so few clean sheets this season.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing that we need to sort out. Teams that normally win leagues, generally are pretty miserly at the back, and we've been anything but. Even tonight, like you say, 3 chances. But there's the goal they scored, it was one of our mistakes, so it's just not good enough.
Obviously, cup campaign's still going this season. How are you going to manage the focus now, with that in mind still, and needing to win most, if not every game, to make the finals in the league?
Look, I think we can, there's a mathematical possibility, we've just got to keep going for it, and it's not just that, it's about grooming players, for next year and getting people right. I thought our commitment was good today, and that's something that we needed to improve over the last 2 or 3 weeks. But we just need to look forward and rebuild the squad again for next year.
Any idea how bad Trent Rixon's injury is? He was just getting himself back into some good form over the last couple of weeks. Shame to see him go off.
No, look, for me that would have probably the turning point, because I thought we looked very potent every time we went forward, and without Trent there, we lost that bit of a focus. We relied too much on Luke after that. But he had a bit of a twinge, and he said he was feeling a bit sore, so it was more precautionary that we take him off and make sure we got him for the rest of the season.